Hello, everyone. This is Melina and
Jordan, her bae.
Yeah, beat me to the punch. And we are the board certified
Baes.
Welcome back.
Thanks for joining us.
How you doing?
Trying to get comfortable.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Computer chairs, they roll around.
Yeah.
Oops. But I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I am excited to be here.
Yeah.
I am tired. I think we always say we're tired, though, but I think that's just a stage in our lives.
I'm not tired.
Okay, never mind. Just me.
Stage in your life.
Okay.
But you're nursing, so.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Your body's working extra hard.
All
Mine
the
is
time.
not.
Every day. All day, every day.
Yeah. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Anyways, so today we are talking about maintenance. So let's just go ahead and get started. Let's just dive into it. What? No, don't do that to me. You know I get all sweaty when I have to explain things. So you go ahead. I'm going to throw that right back at you. What is maintenance?
Try to beat you to the punch.
Yeah.
So maintenance is pretty much what it sounds like. For those who don't know, it is being able to maintain a behavior over time, settings, blah, blah, blah. Right. So just making sure that, a year from now, 3 weeks from now, that the same behavior that was taught or the same skill that was taught is still able to be executed with the circumstances in the same way that it was taught. So that's basically maintenance.
Yeah.
I feel like I said that kind of fast though.
You did, but...
Maintenance is being able to keep a behavior or a skill in somebody's repertoire long after it has been taught to them.
So is it the same thing as generalization?
No.
And why is that?
Because generalization is a step before maintenance in terms of generalization is teaching a kiddo that just because you learned it in this setting, it is going to still be the same to do it in this other setting and this other setting with this other person and that other person. So generalization is a focus on making sure that the skill or the behavior is exhibited in other locations, in other areas, in other ways, or it could look different with different circumstances, right? So making sure that all those circumstances lead to the same or a similar outcome or behavior or skill expectation. Maintenance is about maintaining that what was taught can continue to happen, pushed beyond the intervention, being present. I earned some snaps. I don't think I ever earned some snaps before.
Yeah, no, if you look at Cooper...
Gotta give me some reinforcement. All right.
If you look at Cooper, the example, literally felt like I was reading about myself. It's talking about, maybe the opposite, I guess. Talking about, when you're learning a language. It takes a lot of practice and making sure that you continue to practice. Otherwise, you lose it. That's me. Every time I'm like, I'm going to learn Spanish. I've been saying that since I was 14, and then I'll periodically. So I got some words here and there, but unfortunately,
there's
it is
anybody
not
that
maintenance for me.
Anybody that learned Spanish in high school will say I have kindergarten level or whatever. They fall back to that because they didn't maintain the usage throughout, which is fine. It is.
It's not.
Well, it's not if you want
Duolingo,
to actually be able to be
coming for you. Again.
Thanks for reading my social cues right there. All right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, when we talk about maintenance, okay, we're going to work. Okay. If you're, my BCBA and you're we're going to put this on maintenance.
I can't be. Do a relationship.
You know what I'm just figuratively,
okay.
Just not figuratively, just an example.
Okay. Metaphorically.
Or fake.
Metaphorically.
Yeah, there you go. There's the word. Guys, I have no brain cells. I am baby brain right now. Okay.
Isn't that before the baby?
No, it's before the baby, during the baby.
After the baby? When the baby leaves home because they're 18.
Anyways, so pretend you're my BCBA because we're not married and not dual relationships.
Sounds like a sad life.
If you're if you're oh, we're going to put this on maintenance, what does that look like? So potty training. We're done with potty training and you're
yeah, that's an easy one. Yeah.
We're gonna put this on maintenance. What does that mean?
Yeah. So when you put something on maintenance, it just means that you are wanting to intermittently reinforce for it, right? Sometimes being potty trained, the natural reinforcement there that is present, which is your underwear and clothes are dry, right? You don't stink or smell and those sorts of things. Those are natural reinforcing consequences, right? That will promote us wanting to do that behavior. Well, if we didn't actually teach that as a good thing or show that that's a good thing, there may still need to be intermittent reinforcement that is present, which is like, yeah, you've been dry all day, just every once in a while. Yeah. Might be like once or twice a week that you go through and like keep it exciting and do something fun and keep like baiting that out, right? It's the process of baiting. So until those natural consequences are the thing that is reinforcing the individual. But yeah, that would be what it would mean to be maintaining a behavior. One of the things that, in like as a clinician, as a BCBA, that I always talk to my families about is like, hey, like we've done what we've done. We've generalized this. They can do it at home. They can do it with us in the clinic. They can do it out there. Now I need you guys to maintain it because we're no longer going to work on it anymore because there are some other things that would be more, important at this stage, at this age, than whatever else we might explain. And so I will explain to them what maintaining it is, because we can still do it, right? We'll still maintain it. I just say that to them to get them to like want to do it, right? Right. Because we're still going to maintain it. Just because we worked on something once doesn't mean, and they've got it, doesn't mean that we stop entirely. We just still continue to try and get it down to that natural reinforcement level. But I will explain to my families or my parents that like, we're not going to work on this anymore in this way. We need you guys to take over and like start working on it because this is where it's going to be maintained better. This is where this kiddo needs it. They need it at home. They don't need it with us.
Yeah.
In a clinic-based model, we get them for a couple of hours a day. The rest of those hours, it's all mom and dad and the guardians.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you think about maintenance, like real life examples, can you think of some things in your life that maybe that you feel like you've put, I don't know how to
on maintenance?
Yeah, put it on maintenance. Put on maintenance.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about this, just like health in itself, right? Health and fitness. Just explain in other episodes that I used to play basketball. Still do on occasion.
They don't call him Jordan for no reason.
Oh, don't ever. No, please cut that out. No, don't ever say that again.
Don't cut that out.
Never say that again. But even then, like I still like to go and maintain a level of what I had, right? I still like to go and shoot around. I play every once in a while. Still like to go to the gym just because the thought of like, oh yeah, my friends are like putting the team together and wanting to go and play again. Jumping right back in does not sound pleasing. It sounds like it sounds dangerous. And that's speaking to my age because, one of my best friends who's been nursing a hamstring injury for 3 months. I'm like, I don't believe you anymore. But anyways, that's what happens when jumping in. So maintaining just a level of being able to do that skill, and like that keeps me reinforced because I feel like I still have a level of fitness behind me to do that. So that's one, right? Maintaining our relationship every once in a while. I make sure that...
You said every once in a while.
Every once in a while, I break out something that hasn't been done for a while, so that way you still feel like I'm the one that you want to be with, right? And stay with. Okay. No. Now we're going back in time. Just maintaining that you still got like the lines for every song or sentence that comes out. So that's what she used to do when I first met her. Anytime that there was something that referenced a song, she would just sing the line. Just like that. But anyways, bringing flowers or something like that, just to be like, yeah, I love you. I want you to know that I am maintaining this skill of love.
Mm-hmm. And he does do a good job. So,
hey,
thank you.
Didn't get no snaps though. But hey, I know the other one. When we're talking business, when we're talking about Cooper, I can get some snaps for saying something the right way. All right, cool.
Okay. Well, for
discrimination.
Me, I'm just kidding. For me, I feel like thinking about. I know I've talked a lot recently about like this whole maternity leave thing. So it's just my life right now. But again, I'm excited to go back to work, but slightly nervous, but like also not because like I know that once I jump back in, like I live out these things every day. Like we apply these things to our relationship, to our parenting style, to just so many things. We talk about it all the time, so I'm not necessarily like worried to go back because I know that I've still been kind of like in it, just not at work. So I would say that's one way that I feel like I've been doing that.
Yeah. And asking questions about what am I coming back into? What's going on? You know, how's my kiddos doing? All things that I'm not supposed to be talking about on maternity leave because you're supposed to be on a separation.
Yeah, so I just bring him lunch, like looking through the window, trying to like figure out what's going on.
Yeah. How's my kids doing? What's this? What's happening?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just bringing lunch for Jordan, and they're like, Melina's here.
Yeah, who's on the team now? Like, who's there? Right? All these questions
I
that
know,
I get.
no one's gonna even know me when I come back.
Yeah, maybe
that's
not.
neither here nor there, but it's okay.
Maybe, but it's interesting.
Yeah,
to say the least, that you want to maintain a level by asking questions about clients.
Can't help it.
No,
can't stop, won't stop.
Apparently not. Are you even on leave?
Anyways, last one that we were thinking, I think we kind of were talking about this collectively, is CEUs.
Yeah.
If you're a BCBA, you know that we have to do our lovely CEUs to be able to keep our credential active. So the importance of...
maintain our credential?
Oh, yeah, I see what you did there. Sorry. Again, baby brain. So...
Life's different now.
Oh my gosh.
What were you saying?
CEUs. It helps us to be able to keep learning in this field. You go ahead and continue talking.
CEUs help us to stay sharp, right? We need the field is forever growing, forever learning. We are students of the field, right? We are students of growth and development, right? And that's where we have to see ourselves. We can't come in and be like, well, I know this, I know that. Well, then if you know this and you know that, why is it not working, right?
Also, things get updated, so maybe you don't know the most current. Or maybe like, even though ABA is ABA, there's so many things that you can learn about within this field, whether it be OBM, ACT, etc.
NET. This goes on, right? Just because you're taught in one doesn't mean that that's all you have to stick to, right? And the CEUs are supposed to help us with that. And there's so much changing. There are so many groups being like developed to help, help facilitate learning and growth and diversity and everything like that, which is so awesome and cool. And learning about those, although they put on CEUs and like. Just technology is advancing,
right?
Really systems are changing, so it's just cool and it's important. So those who say like, man, I gotta get my CEUs, it sucks. I'm like, I gotta get my CEUs. Yes, this is awesome, but I'm also the only time I'm like, it sucks is like, I really didn't plan my time very well. Yeah, it sucks. I gotta rush and do them all, and I don't know if I can like cram this much information in a short weekend.
Yeah, that's
right. That's when it sucks. But like. Feeling that it sucks to have to get CEUs, I don't feel that way. And I've heard other BCBAs like say like it's kind of like a drag, or like they just say it in that tone. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're saying it as a drag, but just like it comes off as like it's not the most exciting thing that they could be doing with their time. Of course, we could all be laying on a beach in Cabo and sipping a mojito
and doing
or
a
something.
CEU online. Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, when you put it that way, when are we going?
December.
My CEUs are up by then. So
never mind.
I'll start for the next round. How's that?
There you go.
But yeah, it's just level of maintenance is important, that we have to keep doing the skill at least sometimes, right? Doing it once a week, once every other week, once a month, just something to maintain a level of what we had. So that way we know it's still there. Right. That's what's important about maintenance. And so for parents that are listening, yes, it is important to continue. Just because the therapy, they aged out in some places, right? Or they have, no longer receiving services because they graduated, doesn't mean that it stops, right? Learning and growth is all around us. So we got to make sure that we're maintaining some of those skills that got them to that graduation day, right? I still get emails from, one of my old clients that will just be like, hey, like the stuff that you told me really worked. I did stick to it, and finally I got this done. And it's like, cool, like this is awesome. And I like email back and be like, hey, this is so awesome that you remembered the stuff that we taught you and like that you're working on and you're still applying it today. This is huge, right? This is just showing that maintenance is important.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
It was a good start to the week.
Yeah. We miss you, kid.
Yeah, definitely do. But yeah, that's pretty much maintenance. This one's short, sweet. Hopefully it gets you from point A to point B, and you get to have a good listen to some interacting couple and some applied information.
Mm-hmm. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we hope to see you next time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Bye for now.